China owns nearly 500,000 acres of farmland here in the United States. I'm curious to see what y'all think about this. Should they be forced to give this up, turn it back over to the American ranchers who could highly benefit from this? Feeding Americans with American-made products, it would help the cost of food come down here in the United States, and it would benefit farmers and ranchers across the US. And a little side note, a lot of this farmland is owned right next to a lot of our military bases here in the United States. Little food for thought. Let me know what y'all think about it down in the comments below.
What happened, bro? Oh, you gotta leave, bro. You gotta leave, bro. You can't come in here. Me what, bro? Me what? Y'all gotta go, bro. Y'all gotta go, man. Grab your stuff and go. You pay me. Bro, grab your stuff and go. You pay me chucking, bro. Just go home. You pay me chucking. Pay me chucking. Just go home, bro. I'm going home there. Fuck it. Go home, bro. You go to the crib. Déjame que una mano en la cara con tu madre.
Security does an excellent job and remains patient, but he ain't no punk and will not tolerate BS.
Beat his ass, bruh. Go ahead, beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Oh, phone now, because he doing too much. Beat his ass. Get his ass up out of here. Because he just asked y'all nicely to leave. He don't want y'all in here. Get the fuck out. He don't want y'all in here. Hey, bitch, don't touch him. Bitch, don't touch him. Beat her ass. 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 Beat that bitch that she hit her. Beat her ass. Beat her ass. Oh, phone now. Beat her ass. She needs to beat her ass. Get y'all ass up out of here. Oh, fuck.
Remember how I said earlier in this speech that the farmers need to give up their farms before 2030, specifically that year? Yeah, so that's not a coincidence. That year doesn't come out of nowhere. So that year is basically the deadline that our global elites have given our country and will probably give you to abide by these new regulations. And that agenda is called the 2030 Agenda. And now I have a slide showing you what that entails. So the 2030 Agenda is a United Nations agenda. So there we go. Everybody is part of the United Nations, right? The entire world. And this agenda consists of 17 what they call sustainable development goals. And when you take a look at them right there, you're like, well, what's wrong with that? You know, they all seem very noble. No poverty, no hunger. Who could be against that? However, if we take a closer look at how they actually want to accomplish all of this, anybody with 2 functioning brain cells realizes that this cannot happen unless there is an active and maybe even forceful redistribution of goods, foods, property, and our rights, which basically comes down to the obliteration of all of our basic liberties and our rights. And these goals, as I said, are not restricted.
Did they actually find the entrance to the ice wall? Check this out, y'all. Hey, somebody's on their boat, cruising. What's this? This is an entrance to something. It's dark. Check this out, y'all. This is insane. Is this what's hiding in Antarctica? That's insane. Thanks for watching, y'all, and as always, stay weird.
tardes, amigas, amigos. Saludos desde el Santuario del Rosario, el más grande del mundo.
This man was killed just days after this video was recorded. Homero Gomez Gonzalez dedicated his life to protecting one of nature's most fragile creatures, the monarch butterfly. But in Michoacan, Mexico, where cartels and illegal loggers rule the land, standing up for the environment can be a death sentence. And guys, Homero wasn't always an activist. He actually grew up in a family of loggers, cutting down the same forest the monarchs relied on. But something changed. The more he learned about these butterflies, how they travel 2,500 miles from Canada to Mexico every year, the more he realized they needed a protector. He abandoned the logging business and became their lattice advocate, transforming the El Rosario Preserve into a major tourist attraction. But his success came at a price. The land he fought to protect was worth millions. Illegal logging operations backed by powerful cartels wanted him out of the way. And then the threat started. On January 13, 2020, Homero attended a meeting at the preserve. Witnesses say his phone rang constantly. One call convinced him to attend a local fair, a public event full of politicians, food, and horse racing. He arrived there around 5 p.m. By 8 p.m., he was last seen speaking to a politician. Then he vanished, his family reporting him missing the next day, and for 16 agonizing days, there was no sign of him. Then, on January 29, his body was found in a ditch just 150 meters from where the fair took place. The autopsy revealed blunt force trauma to his head and signs of strangulation, but authorities refused to call this a murder. They hinted it could have been an accident. But guys, his family wasn't buying it. They believe Homero was silenced, killed for standing in the way of illegal loggers and corrupt officials. And they might be right. Just days later, another man from the same butterfly reserve, Raul Hernandez Romero, was found dead under eerily similar circumstances. To this day, no one has been held responsible. No arrests, no answers, just silence. If you want to hear more Mexican true crime stories like this, then make sure to like and follow, brah.
More than $1.5 million in Treasury checks stolen from the post office. 2 employees are accused of taking them while they work the night shift.
Providence police tell us more than $1.5 million in U.S. Treasury checks were stolen while the mail was being sorted.
We were doing our investigation separately, and the Postal Service inspectors were doing an investigation separately.
Police say Joan Mustafa and Eric Garzone were working together on the night shift when they stole the checks. Police say Garzone was the one selling the checks on the street for 20% of their face value. Last month, police raided their homes in Garzone's. They found 100 checks.
These were just the checks that were found, in his possession. So when they resell the checks, the people buying them, when it would go down to the bottom rung, would open bank accounts.
That's how they arrested Brenda Conjuelas and Sucundino Torrado. Police found them after analyzing surveillance video from the banks and stores where the checks were being used.
It certainly was significant.
This is an LED streetlight. Let's see what's inside. Uh-oh. Apparently, this is an LED 5G streetlight. It's pretty neat. This is a 5G cellular tower disguised as a water tower. You can tell it's a 5G tower disguised as a water tower because of the way that it is. Here's the antennas. Here's the disguise. It's pretty neat. This is a pine tree planted by T-Mobile. You can tell it's a pine tree planted by T-Mobile because of the way that it is. It's a pine tree, and it was planted by T-Mobile. This is an Itron smart meter. You can tell it's an Itron smart meter by the way that it is. This particular Itron smart meter has a special feature. Let's take a look. That's suspicious.